Welcome to the Northside Grizzly Coaches Show. Now, here's Buzz with Coach Mike Fallure.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Mike Fallure Show. We're live at Walk-Ons. Coach, let's get started. Got our first conference game behind us now. We had high hopes going against Bryant, probably the best team in Arkansas, has been for the last 3 years. We hung in there for a little while. I'm sure you're proud of the kids.
Well, yeah, there's no doubt. The last 2 years they had beaten us pretty badly, and wanted our kids to go in and compete, and they did that the entire game. And with 4.5 minutes to go, we were on the 6-inch line and had an opportunity to score to get it down to 25-24, or go for 28-25, and we just didn't get it in, and they ended up scoring late. So yeah, I was very, very proud of our guys. They played hard. They battled them the whole way, and if that's the best team in the state, then we're knocking on the door.
Yeah, and that was one of my questions, was after playing them, how do you feel about the team? We were 3-0 going into it. Our ground game has been tremendous. Playing against a team like that has been so good for so long. Final score was 35-17, but it was 21-17 at half, so it's a little misleading as far as the score goes. They scored late.
I mean, we had several opportunities that go back to the third quarter, and defense gets 2 turnovers right in a row, makes them punt, and we go 3 and out 3 times, which is not what we've done the entire season. That's because we're playing a good team. But, you're disappointed. There's a lot of things we can do better, and if we'll do those things, we'll have an opportunity somewhere down the road to play them or a team somewhat of their caliber in the playoffs. So we got to learn from it. Our guys are disappointed, but at the same time, like I said, with 4 minutes and 50 seconds, we're on the inch line, fixing to score to make it a 1-score game.
I think they knew they were in. Well, I think they knew before they got to Mayo Thompson, you better take this team serious. They scored first, we answered, and it ended up being a 14-14 tie. And I think they understood then, hey, we're in for a game.
Yeah, I mean, talking with Coach James before the game, and he's like, you guys are so much better than you were a year ago, and we're really, respect what you're doing and all those things. But again, we've got to take from that game the things that we didn't do that would have put us in a situation to win the game. Yeah. And it was a winnable football game. And I don't know how many people really believed that. I think our coaches really believed it. I think our guys, once it got going, believed it. It was a big deal to survive early. Yeah. What happened in the first quarter? Because the last 2 years it was over pretty fast. Yeah. And when they went down and scored, you're like, okay, what are we going to do? And we answered with a great drive, went down 7-7, and then they scored again, and we scored again. Right. So really, the game went the way you wanted it to, and I really thought for us to have a chance to win, we were going to have to keep them in the 20s, low 30s, and we were going to have to score in the 30s to do it. And that's about how the game went. Yeah.
We ended up with 333 total yards, 274 on the ground. Again, your hats off to your offensive line, your running backs. Sunquist Church had another big game, I think 127 yards on 23 carries. Was impressive as usual. Ty Massey, I think you told me, had a knee bruise in the second half.
It happened on probably one of the last plays of the first half, and he tried to go in the second half a couple of plays and just couldn't do it. Yeah. So you got to really take your hat off for Sunquist, because it's been a two-headed monster the whole time, splitting the carries, and all of a sudden in the second half he's got to go the whole time. And so he did that and did it very well. And we just still don't know about Ty for this week. We'll see, but we've gotten some other guys ready in case that happens. But just a good job by those guys, and we just needed to put a few more points on the board.
We were 5 for 13 in the air, had a touchdown and 1 interception, the touchdown to Joey Maffei. I was excited to see that, Coach. I got to interview him the week before, and he's just an excited player when he gets on the field, whether he's returning a punt or if he's lining up at wide receiver. When you talk to him, he's such a different person in person than he is, I guess, when he puts the helmet on, he gets focused. because he really has to think about what's going on when he's fielding a punt to figure out who's coming. You know, is it going to take a funny bounce? Can I catch it on the air? When do you go for it? He gives you a lot of credit for helping him think about that. Remember what you're doing out there. Remember, have a presence of where you are.
Right.
And he looked to be wide open, but there were two DBs right there with him. But Walker found him for a touchdown. But it sure was good to see Maffei get a touchdown.
Yeah, he's played really good the last two football games. He played really well against Harbor, and then came back last week, and we call that Y hide, where he kind of gets lost in the shuffle, and did a great job. He's done a good job blocking. So, you know, and catching punts, that's probably the toughest job in football. And him and his brother, I don't know if it just kind of runs in their family, but they both are really good at that, and just proud of what he's doing for us.
Right. Let's talk about the fake punt. I had mentioned it early in the broadcast that we're capable of faking extra points, field goals, punts, and then when you did fake that punt, you still caught us off guard. We didn't see it coming. Our cameras lost it. I lost it, and then when I figured out that we had faked it, I knew that Seth Fields had it. But what a great job he did being a running back. He's comfortable with the football and ended up getting 32 yards, I believe, big first down.
Yeah, Seth's he's a running back too, so a lot of confidence in doing it. I got to give Coach Fraser's kind of in charge of our special teams, and you know we've had that fake punt since I've been here.
Right.
But he every week is doing a great job of going in and looking at things that we can maybe do in situations. And so at halftime he brought it in and showed me on his phone, hey, they're lining up like we thought. If you think we need it, it's there. And so at that point, we needed something to happen.
Yeah.
So we called it, and the guys ran it. I'm not going to say as good as you can run it, because the guys that are supposed to lead him, he might have scored, but they're all looking back to see if it worked. And Seth did a great job, and we got a big first down. And the only bad thing was we didn't take advantage of scoring when we got down there to get us close.
You had some turnovers there in the second half too, some interceptions, fumbles, recoveries, and we just couldn't, like you said, convert those. But Bryant knows they were in a game. It's always been their game plan to inflict as much pain as they can in the first 4 minutes. And they've always been able to do it in the past, but it's a little bit different this year with teams like the Grizzlies.
Yeah, well, I mean, I just hope our guys know where they're at. And the reason where they're at is because they've worked hard, they show up, and they get ready to play, and they play every game. And so as long as we'll keep doing that and make the corrections and continue to get better, you know, we've got a stretch coming up that those teams are going to be every bit as good as Bryant. So we've got to continue to get better and take care of our business the next couple of weeks and set those games up.
What was the environment like in the locker room after the game with the kids?
Well, they were tore up. I mean, you know, they knew they were in a game, and it bothered them that they lost. And so, you know, this group, we've talked about it all year long. These seniors are a different group of guys, and they care about what we're doing, and they want to win. And so we're going to correct things and you know, get ready to play.
You and I have talked about that since the summer. What an important group of seniors this is. But now it's out statewide. You got people all over the state talking about this senior group at Northside High School, and it is yielding wins, and it's even against Bryant, you're in it, you know, up until late in the fourth quarter. So I was really curious about what the atmosphere was like in the locker room, if they're upset about it, knowing that they had a chance to win that game. And what does that do going into a team like Little Rock Central, who's 0-4? How do you prepare for that?
Well, you know, to be honest with you, I'm terrified.
Yeah.
I mean, we've not had a great week of practice. You know, I don't know if they're still getting over it. I don't know if they're looking at Little Rock Central going, oh, they're 0-4 and thinking it's going to be easy. But, you know, I tried to impress upon them today. The last time Little Rock Central came to Mayo Thompson Stadium, they left here with a victory. So, you know, hopefully our guys understand they have talented football players. And, yeah, they're 0-4, but I watched them play North Little Rock last week, and they went toe-to-toe, nose-to-nose, and didn't give up. You know, they got after it. So we're going to have to play a good game to to beat them.
Yeah, I think that score ended up being 35-6, which caught me a little off guard that it was that close because North Little Rock's a strong football team.
And North Little Rock didn't score offensively. They scored off of a block punt, a return, an interception return, those kind of things.
Yeah.
Their offense only scored 1 touchdown. So it's we better be ready to play, or it's going to be a really tough lesson to learn.
Yeah, they have a lot of talent just walking through the halls like you did when you came to Northside. You got to get them on the field. You got to coach them to be able to perform. They're not all going to be receivers. Some of them are going to be DBs. Some of them are going to be linebackers, and you got to get them in the right position. That took a while for you to get that group aligned. They have a first-year head coach, George Shelton. He's had some success in the past. He coached at Dumas. I think that's where he was there for 1 year, but they had a horrible year the year before, and he got them in the playoffs. Last year before that, I think he was at Watson Chapel. He takes pride in taking programs that are on ground level and building them up. So they have nothing to lose.
Well, I'm not going to remember the guy's name that was there before him. He was there for 3 years. He was from Texas.
Yeah, last year, I think.
He did a great job. I mean, he was the guy that brought him in here and beat us, and then they beat Fayetteville last year in the playoffs. So he's not starting from zero. Yeah. But, he's got to put his stuff in and learn all the guys. So they know how to win, and we've got to be ready to play a tough physical football game.
Yeah. So far this week, how are things going with the practices and so forth?
That's what I said. I mean, we've not had the best of practices.
Yeah.
So maybe it's getting over what we went through or what, I don't know.
When you say not the best, is it just is it like the performance, or is it the mental attitude, or
just a little bit of everything?
A little of everything.
A little bit of everything.
Yeah, because you definitely want to take a team like that that's 0-4. Again, they have nothing to lose coming into Fort Smith. It's our homecoming. Weather may play a factor too Friday night, and if it's wet, I think that plays into our hands a little bit. As strong as our running game is, if it's wet, a lot of times you want to keep it on the ground.
Yeah, you just the thing about rain is you never know about fumbles.
Yeah.
You just don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, you practice and you do everything you can to prepare for it, but the ball's slippery and you don't know where it's going. Buzz, I do want to mention one guy that came in and did an outstanding job for us Friday as a sophomore, Eric Brewer.
Yeah.
McCabe Moody hurt his hand, and he's our deep snapper, and he couldn't snap, and the sophomore came in and never missed a beat. And so that's that next man up doing a great job, and very proud of what he did.
It's amazing to see the unity that this team has when it is that next man up, and how they're encouraged, and they're behind them. It doesn't seem like in the past you make a mistake and then you got a lot of people on top of you. And it's not that way this year. You just have a lot of people building you up, trying to help you get to the next play. It's impressive, and I've really enjoyed this year watching this team do what they do.
Yeah, me too.
So hopefully we have a good game against Little Rock Central. We have some really good guests tonight. I'm excited to get to them. You got Will Stites, Zion Morris, Sunquist Church, Coach Neal, who we're going to have next. But Coach, thank you for taking the time to be here, and we'll get with them. Stay with us. We'll be back with more right after this.
You're in business to do business, not paperwork. That's where the skills of Potts & Company certified public accountants can help you succeed. Trust the experienced professionals of Potts & Company for tax preparation, bookkeeping, and other business services. Using QuickBooks for your operations? They're QuickBooks experts. The Potts & Company team can help you establish, organize, and optimize your QuickBooks for utmost effectiveness. Visit pottscpa.com to learn more.
For more than 50 years, Air Compressor Equipment Company has provided solutions for the oil, gas, and industrial markets, becoming an industry leader in custom fabrication. An unwavering focus on assembly, sales, and service means that whatever size project you have, ACEC can deliver what works. Air Compressor Equipment Company supplies to businesses working in the most demanding environments around the world, but is still a dedicated member of the Arklahoma community. Learn more at acec-ark.com. Air Compressor Equipment Company. Field tested, quality driven.
Welcome back to Walk-Ons. We are live with Coach Ted Neal. Ted Neal's our running back coach. Coach, this is your second year now, is that correct?
That's
For the
right, running back, yes, sir.
You were a linebacker
Right.
coach. So when you took over the coaching for the running backs, man, you had some players. It
I
wasn't
did.
like you had to start from the ground up.
No,
You
yeah.
really had some good players. And again, this year, I mean, it's the talk of the state.
Yeah, they've been, last year we had Seth and you had Ty Massey and Church, pretty much those three. And I mean, man, I challenge you to find a better three in the state. And then now, Seth has gone over and is starting on defense, and you've still got Church and Ty Massey, and you've got another senior Newell there, and then two young guys, Brian Hasley and Tavares King, too.
Yeah. So King, he'll do some receiving also.
Yeah, well, you got Takevion King, too. So,
gotcha. That's right, yeah.
he played some last year. He's still in the mix. I mean, he got reps this week. We're a little banged up, so he got some reps. And, of course, Seth Fields, I mean, he's still in the mix, too. So, I mean, he still gets reps also. So
if something happens, then he's already available.
That's right. They both are. When you run as much as we do, all hands on deck.
Yeah. Well, 274 yards on the ground against a big-time high school football team in Bryant. You got to be proud of that. I mean,
absolutely. Yeah, I said before the game, I told Coach Kendrick, I said, if we, I felt like if we could get 200 yards rushing between our two backs, or really about 150 a game, I felt like we're going to be in the game. And, Ty, he had, I think, 10 for 56, playing a half.
Yeah.
He was well on his way to 100. Of course, Church with 127. So, I mean, we're right there against number one defense in the state, maybe the best defense. So I feel like, it put us in the game, definitely a chance to win it.
So when you guys, during practice, you're working on all your different techniques and so forth, how do you coordinate that with an offensive line? Because in that wide zone, it's just all so connected.
Yeah, so we have a lot of like quarterback time where they're getting our paths and stuff right to get that, and then we'll come and we'll do some work with the O-line so that my backs can see the blocks, how to fit it. O-line can get used to them cutting behind them and stuff, and then we'll go to team. So we do, as far as running, we'll do 3 to 4 things before we ever get to team running the ball.
Right. Well, it's paying off game time, and I'm with you. When Massey got hurt, had a bruised knee, then Sunquist Church takes over in the second half. Like you said, he ends up with 127 yards on 23 carries. So he's over 600 yards for the year right now.
Yeah, that's pretty crazy. I mean, he's 600. I mean, Ty's over 400. He would be right there if he would have played that half. He's going to be over 500. So, I mean, you got two of them right there. I mean, leading the state.
So talk about your other running backs. If you say they need, if we get some separation and you want to start putting new kids in, who's next up?
Well, we're going to, we got a senior in Eric Newell. He comes in usually on our full house package, goal line, short yardage. So that's kind of his role on the team, And then you got young guys like Tavares King, and then you've got Brian Hasley, too, who they play JV, but they travel with us. They get full reps, our full package. So if something happened there, because that's 3 running backfield. So, if one of them goes down, which we did kind of with Ty, weren't really ready for that, but we've gotten ready this week. They're all hands on deck for that if we need them.
Well, I watched Hasley play in the junior varsity game the other night. Coach, he's pretty impressive too.
He is. Him and King, our 2 sophomores, they both, I mean, we had that game against Harbor where we ran, I think, for 450.
Yeah.
And then we came back on Monday night, and I think they rushed for like 343. So I mean, they're going to be pretty good too. They're talented. I mean, the whole group is pretty talented as a whole.
So I see that you have Cassie here and the kids.
Yep.
So you're not just a coach, you're a husband and a dad. I mean, you got other things in your life too that I know this time of year coaching takes a lot of time. If you get any time, what do you do? I mean, hobbies? Why? I know you do some mowing and
that a little bit of cycling if I can. Now I got both of my boys I did a lot more cycling, but now I've got one that 8's in flag football, the other one's 5-year-old soccer, which I'm hoping this is the last year for that. But right now I get to go to both of those on Saturdays and stuff. So that's most of my time. So I mean, right now is the grind. You're in it, but I've always said that this group of seniors is. Since I've been at Northside like 13 years, that when they were here as sophomores, I was like, this is a special group. I told Coach Faleur, I think we all kind of knew, the Walkers, the Jack Greens and all them. I mean, there was something about them. They don't, like Friday night, it wasn't enough to be in the game. I mean, they want to win. They're upset they don't win. And I mean, it's special. So when you spend as much time as you do away from your family, you enjoy a group like this that likes to compete and likes to win. It makes it that much better to be around them.
Yeah, it's a completely different culture than it's been for quite a few years. But like I was talking to Coach Fleur about it, it's not just a secret between us. The entire state knows how special this senior group is, and they are true leaders. Coach, they are not just on the field, but in the classroom, in the community. They're going to do big things when they leave Northside, and it's exciting to talk to these seniors. We try to interview 3 every game, and just some of the plans that they have is really impressive. I always just take for granted, well, you're going to go play some college ball or whatever, but they don't know. I mean, it's not that way. I mean, they have other plans.
That's right.
So, it like I said, it's special to have a group of seniors like this, and I know you've enjoyed coaching them, and we wish you the best of luck, and I hate that we didn't get that Bryant win, but they knew they were in a game, and we got homecoming coming up, and hopefully we can get past them before we go on the road.
That's right. Yeah, well, I know the kids are excited. When you come out a game like that to close, you feel like you can win. You just want to get back on the field as fast as you can and get that feeling out. You know, get that feeling of winning going again, and let's get another streak going. And if we see them again, hey, we'll be ready. I promise you, the kids will, coaches will, everybody will.
Yeah, and there's a good chance we could.
That's right.
So I'd love to have another shot at them.
Me too.
And but I think they'd rather have somebody else get a shot at them other than us, because they dodged a bullet with the Northside Grizzlies last Friday night.
Yes, a couple of their coaches said that, man, Coach, you know, we'll be glad if we don't see y'all again. No doubt about it. So, yeah, we'll be ready, though, if we do.
Well, Coach, thank you for visiting with us. Appreciate you taking the time to come in after hours, after a long day of coaching. Good luck Friday night against those Central Tigers.
Well, and thank you, Buzz, and we appreciate all you do for us in this show, so thank you.
It's Ted Neal, running back coach. Stay with us. We'll be back for more right after this.
Burton Pools and Spas. Check them out on their website, burtonpools.com. See their selection of hot spring spas, doughboy pools, and in-ground selections. As always, free spa and pool water testing. Burton Pools and Spas, your source for backyard fun. burtonpools.com. Chlorine-free Baquacil pool care system. The difference is clear. burtonpools.com. With 2 locations in Fort Smith and Springdale to serve you. burtonpools.com.
At Hug Chevrolet Buick GMC, we dial 782-8940.
This is Joe Calderera with TALIANO'S Restaurant. We call 782-8940.
Keep warm this winter with a York high-efficiency furnace, or for more information on endless hot water and a high-efficiency tankless water heater, give Blaylock Heating, Air, and Plumbing Services a call at 782-8940.
That's 782-8940.
You're watching Grizzly TV.
Welcome back. I'm with number 7 senior double duty wide receiver, defensive back, Zion Morris. Zion, how tall are you?
I'm 6'3".
You are a presence on the field. Now, you know where I sit, up in the press box. I get to watch all the plays. I've seen every play you've played in your career. You're an impressive young man. You're a presence on the field. But you got to go both ways some games, well, pretty much every game. So if you get to decide before the game, what's your favorite? Defense. Defense your favorite?
Yes, sir.
Is that because you like hitting?
Yes, sir.
You get their attention. So far, every game, you've got a pretty good lick in. And you can almost hear it up in the press box. So, and also on offense, you had a big catch against Harbor. That had to be a lot of fun.
Yeah, it was kind of fun.
Kind of fun. When you go to practice during school, and you go to practice, a lot of guys go to their position. You know, they've got to go if they're a linebacker or if they're a running back or a receiver or whatever. What do you do in practice? How do you get ready for a game?
Well, sometimes I'll go with the offense for like 8 periods. So shoot, go to defense. And I just switch back and forth.
Just go back and forth?
Yes, sir.
Do they call, do the coaches say, okay, Zion, come,
yes,
go to places, whatever. So you're going to start defensive back.
Yes, sir.
And then who makes the decision on when you go in at receiver?
I believe Coach Kendrick.
Coach Kendrick does. Is there a certain thing in the game, if something happens, that they say, hey, we got to get number 7 in there?
Yeah, it's probably a flex package or something like that.
I mean, as tall as you are and as fast as you are, you're hard to cover. So, I mean, you're a guy that gets a lot of attention. You know? So, if that happens, that's going to leave somebody else open. But there's times that you get yourself open, and Walker does a good job finding you. Would you agree with that?
Yes, sir.
So do you and Walker communicate, like when you're running your route? Do you like raise your hand, or do you do something when you see that you're getting ready to be open?
No, Walker just makes a good read.
He does, and if he does, then he knows he's throwing based on what place you're going to be in.
Yes.
And so you
Based
just go
off my
get it
speed.
off
Yes,
your
sir.
speed. What's your 40 time?
I honestly don't know. I have not ran a 40
Yeah,
yet.
I would imagine it's pretty fast.
I would say probably like 4.6, 4.5.
Yeah, I bet you it's 4 or 5. As tall as you are, you get that range going. Yeah, that's where you pick up that speed. So outside football? What do you do outside football? Do you have a job or?
Yes, sir.
Oh,
I work at Walmart.
Oh, you do? How long have you been working there?
Like 2 or 3 weeks.
Is that right? So when do you go? Like right after practice?
Yes, sir. Like right after practice.
No kidding. How many hours you getting in?
On a week, 22.
22. That's pretty good. Do you like working there?
Yeah, it's pretty fun, pretty easy.
Making money's good though,
Yes,
no
yes,
matter
sir.
what, right? I'm impressed that you're able to go to school, you go to practice, you go to work. You're busy. When we get through tonight, where are you going? Are you going home or do you? Okay.
Going back home and to sleep probably.
Try to get some rest. So, how do you feel about this upcoming game against Central?
Nervous a little bit, but I think I'll do good.
You're on the kickoff team too.
Yes, sir.
You make a lot of noise on the kickoff team.
I try to.
You really do. You are very disruptive, and you guys hit hard. I mean, especially in that Greenwood game. Was there a little extra incentive?
No, I was just trying to hit somebody.
Yeah, that's just your normal, everyday. Well, you do a good job. And I want to say, as an ex-Grizzly myself, you guys have made us so proud what you've done this year. You're 3-1 right now. You played a really, really tough team against Bryant, but you weren't nervous about it. You weren't scared of them. We saw that. You know, when they'd hit us, we'd hit them back. And I just want to tell you how proud you make all of us old Grizzlies seeing y'all do that. And I want to wish you the best of luck in the future, the rest of your games. And then when you get through with your Grizzly career, whatever you do after that, remember this senior group, okay? Because they're always going to be behind you.
Yes, sir.
Zion Morris, number 7, senior wide receiver and defensive back. Good job, man. Good luck.
Thank you.
All right.
This is a walk-on athlete. They push harder and put their heart into the game. This is the passion we're built on. It's why we put our heart into creating game day with a taste of Louisiana. Walk-ons, we live for this.
When I talked to the Sawyers about some windows and the concrete work, they showed me several different options of things that they had done, and it all looked good. I would recommend Sawyers to anyone. If they came out and looked at my concrete, they could see the quality job that Sawyers did. They were very professional and top quality. They were on time and on budget. I am 100% satisfied with the work that they've done.
Welcome back to the Mike Fleur Show. I'm here with Will Stites, number 15. He's a senior wide receiver. Will, you got a story, man.
I do have a story. So I started out my high school career playing tennis, and I don't know, I really enjoyed tennis, but when it came time for after state tennis tournament last year, I was sitting with my friends. I was like, I don't know, because I'm really good friends with Walker and Jack, and they had been talking to me about playing football. And then I just decided, I was like, yeah, it's something I want to do. I don't know.
That is amazing that you were able to do that. And the fact that and I understand that you started in off season last year.
Yes,
started
sir.
getting in the weight room
Yes,
and
sir.
getting in shape, getting ready to play. But to be able to make that transformation your senior year and get playing time.
Yes, sir.
That is awesome. And I know
Thank
you're
you.
happy for the guys, you know, whether you're on the sideline.
Oh yeah, I'm the biggest cheerleader for sure on the sideline. I'd love to see, I don't know, when Walker scores or Sunquist, any of them.
See, that's what makes this group special. You know, and I've talked about it with every player that I've interviewed, all the coaches, about the senior leadership that's on this team and how important it is and what it's doing for us in wins and losses right now. I mean, it's a big advantage to have a tight-knit, unified senior group and to have guys like you on the team that have made a decision to do this as a senior. I mean, it's just amazing that you could do that and accomplish what you have, and then pat these guys on the back. You know, when they do something good. And,
Yes, sir.
And, you know, with guys like Jack Green, and you watch him running down the sideline and going to ice that game for you. And the whole time he's running down the sideline, he's pointing at his butt.
Yes,
you
sir.
know? And so it's just everybody's having a good time, and it's a lot of fun when you win and you pick each other up when you have a loss like we did against Bryant. But next week is another chance to do what we do.
Yes, sir.
But you mentioned tennis. You played tennis before.
I did.
How long have you been playing tennis?
I've been playing since I was like around 10, 11. Yes, sir.
What are you doing? What are you doing at 6 o'clock in the morning on Wednesdays?
6 o'clock on Wednesdays.
In the morning, 6 in the morning on Wednesdays.
Well, we have weights in the morning on Wednesdays at 7. So.
Can you get out of it on Wednesdays?
Oh, for tennis?
Yeah, me and you.
Oh, I'm not playing tennis this year. So.
No, I need you.
Oh.
I play at 6 o'clock on Wednesday mornings. Yeah.
Where at?
And I'm pretty bad at it. So, no, I play at the athletic club.
Oh, okay.
And we've done it for years and years. We have a foursome, and we kind of alternate, but I keep getting beat every week.
Oh, yeah.
So I'll bring a ringer in.
Yes,
okay?
sir.
All right. So we'll talk with Coach Fuller about that and see if we can get you out.
All right.
You know, out of the gym on Wednesday mornings.
Yes, sir.
It's important. Okay. But before we go any further, we better give a shout out to somebody.
Oh, I just wanted to give a shout out to my mom.
Your mom?
Yeah.
Okay, is she here?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, sir.
We can wave at her. Can we hear from that Grizzly crowd? Now, let's get a shot back here. There we go. Pretty smart, too.
Yes, that's something I pride myself on, academics, for sure. Yes.
So I heard you struggle with the ACT a little bit.
No, I have a really good tutor for the ACT that really helped me.
That's
and really
awesome.
helped me get my score up. Yes.
Well, that is so cool. I mean, you've had such a special story. You've got a couple sisters. You got one at TCU.
I do, yes.
One at Chaffin.
Yes.
Do you get to see your sister at TCU very much?
Oh, I do. We actually went down there this weekend after the Bryant game. We woke up at 5 a.m. and went down there for like her sorority family weekend. So that was
right?
good.
TCU's a cool place.
It is. It's really nice.
My wife grew up in Fort Worth. And that's where her dad lived. I say she grew up there. She moved here when she was in the 6th grade, but that's where she's from. And TCU was right in their backyard.
Oh, okay.
And what a beautiful place.
Yeah, oh, it's so nice.
It really is. Yeah, and so football now has become a real important part of your life.
Yes, sir.
And
yes.
Do you have any goals? I mean, like, are you going to continue on after your senior year? Are you going to go a different direction?
I mean, after my senior year, football's over, I'll be done with it. But I mean, I enjoy it so much. Just getting to be around these guys every day. It's really cool.
What would really top it off is a wide open post route and Walker get you that.
that would be pretty cool.
One other thing I want to talk about too is you have a real special relationship with Greg Washington.
I do. Yes.
Can you tell me a little about that?
So around him and my sister that goes to TCU were really good friends. So around their senior year, he was struggling in school and stuff. So he started staying with us, and he just started to stay with us. He just started doing better in school and stuff, and we grew really close, and he's like a brother to me.
He's a very fine young man.
Yes.
He's a lot like you. I mean, he's a real supporter of Northside, and I heard he was at the Harbor game. Really exciting the crowd.
You can tell when Greg's in the crowd. He's always the loudest one. Yeah.
Well, I enjoyed watching him play too.
Yes.
And he's always welcome back here. We'd love to have him in the press box some, talk to him, let him know.
Oh, I will. Yes, sir.
So just keep doing what you're doing. You're a very impressive young man. And I want to give out a shout to your mom and dad too, because they're here every coach's show. We appreciate that so much. It makes a big, big difference, you know, to have all the supporters here and you seniors that come in and kind of give us an insight to what you do on the field, what you do off the field.
Yes.
So thanks for doing what you do.
Yes, sir.
Will Stites, number 15 wide receiver senior for the Northside Grizzlies. Good job.
You're in business to do business, not paperwork. That's where the skills of Potts & Company certified public accountants can help you succeed. Trust the experienced professionals of Potts & Company for tax preparation, bookkeeping, and other business services. Using QuickBooks for your operations? They're QuickBooks experts. The Potts & Company team can help you establish, organize, and optimize your QuickBooks for utmost effectiveness. Visit pottscpa.com to learn more.
A to Z Furniture in Alma is ready to meet your furniture needs. In these trying times, with all the shortages going on, they're working hard to keep stock flowing and the warehouse filled. A to Z Furniture understands that you need your furniture in a timely manner, and they are striving to make that happen. Open 7 days a week for your convenience and offering financing and delivery. A to Z Furniture would love for you to stop in and shop today. A to Z Furniture on Highway 71 in Alma. Worth the drive to save more.
You're watching Grizzly TV.
Welcome back to the Mike Faleur Show. We are live at Walk-Ons, and this is my favorite part of the show. I really enjoy talking to Coach Faleur and getting his insight. But it's the seniors. You know, you guys are on the field doing it, getting your insight and stuff. And it's so much fun for me to interview you. This is number 34, Sunquist Church. He's a senior running back. If you don't know this guy, you don't read the papers, you don't watch the news, you're not watching Grizzly TV, because this is one impressive young man right here, I'll tell you that for sure. Every time you touch the football, something happens. Somebody's going backwards, and it's usually a linebacker or an offensive lineman. I feel sorry for defensive backs. I really do. But Sunquist, I got to ask you a question. You're a unique back because you're big, you're strong, and you're fast. So you possess a lot of different qualities that a lot of running backs can have a little bit of each of them. And they may be big, or they may be strong, or they may be fast. But you're all three.
Yes, sir.
So you have decisions to make when you get the football. How do you make a decision when you're going to run over that person or when you're going to run around that person?
Well, honestly, it just really the first thing that come to mind.
Yeah.
Like, I stay on path, then hit the hole, then after that, it's really just first thing that come to mind. Like, if you're on my way, I'm going to hit you.
Yeah.
And then if you steps away, I'm going to juke you out.
Yeah. Well, I've been told that, man, you've been feared by opposing teams since you were a little bitty kid. You know, there's kids calling in sick, didn't want to play because they're going to have to play against you and all that. I mean, you have a reputation. And now that I have been able to watch you in your Northside career, man, it is impressive. You're just I don't know, there's so many adjectives, and I run out of them, you know, because you do so many different things. But to see you pick up a first down, if say it's 3rd and 4, if you get that 4, then you'll pick up another 6 or 7. It's like you're never satisfied. It's more than one that takes you down. So is that just from your strength? I mean, are you in the gym a lot? Tell me are you naturally strong, or are you having to work at it?
Well, really both. Well, I was really gifted. You know, gifted strong.
Yeah.
But I just added my own little tone to it. Get in the weight room, got stronger.
Yeah. So how often are you in the weight room? Not during the season, but in the off season?
Well, really, Like, really not often. I really just do push-ups.
You know who else just does push-ups? I don't know if you know who Herschel Walker is?
Sir?
Do you know who Herschel Walker is?
No, sir.
You wear the same number as Herschel Walker wore. He was a running back at the University of Georgia.
Yes, sir.
Probably one of the best running backs to ever play the game. Him and a guy named Bo Jackson. Herschel Walker runs a lot like you. He's big and strong, physical. He could run around people. He could run over people. But he didn't lift weights. He did push-ups and sit-ups, but he does them every day. And he's built a lot like you.
Yes, sir.
Do you know who Bo Jackson? Have you heard that name?
I heard of him, but I really ain't watched these games like that.
Yeah, he goes way back. Now, he also wore number 34, too. One of your coaches, Coach Curry, I had asked about you a few years ago. I said, well, tell me about Sunquist Church. And he said, well, I'll tell you this. I don't know what Bo Jackson looked like when he was in high school, but it had to be a lot like Sunquist Church looks. So that told me right then that you're a special young man.
Yes, sir.
And the fact that you enjoy it as much as you do and you get so much satisfaction out of it, do you plan to continue on when you get through with high school?
Yes, sir.
Do you have any particular place that you'd like to go? Anything in mind?
Not really. I'm just going, game by game. Just see whatever happens.
Yeah.
So.
You switch a lot of time or share a lot of time with Ty Massey. Massey's a great running back too, and you two guys together really make it a defensive coordinator's nightmare trying to game plan both of you. So how do you guys, are y'all big buddies?
Yeah, me and Ty been playing ever since we was in boys club, like growing up. So it's just really second nature, just playing with him, like playing with him at Northside.
Yeah.
It's just really just second nature. I've been playing with him really most of my whole life.
Yeah, I interviewed him, I think, the very first coach's show, and he was a joy to interview too, and he just has a love for the game like you do, and it's fun to see you guys go out there and work together. How's his knee right now, do you know?
It's doing better. It's doing a lot better than it was yesterday.
Yeah. So who determines when you go in and when you come out?
Well, we rotate every 3 plays.
Is that what it is?
Yes, sir.
Because I've seen, where you'll run a play that it takes a lot of energy, and then you go right back to the backfield.
Like if it's a long run, then he'll get me out. But like we rotate every 3.
Right.
Yes, sir. Like Coach Neal try to keep us fresh as much possible as he can.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, that's smart because I even said it on the air that you talk to or you look at a defensive line or the linebackers and they think, oh man, Ty Massey's going out. Thank goodness. Oh no, here comes Sunquist Church. It's like one after another, fresh legs, and that's got to be dangerous to defensive guys with you. They can't tire you out. I mean, you're in such good shape. But the fact that you guys are platooning like you are and you're fresh when you come in. But I want to go to the Harbor game. If we can think back just for a second to the Harbor game, that was a track meet. We were down early, I think 20-7, kept working our way back. We got a 28-27 lead at halftime. And then the first 3 minutes of the third quarter, they scored twice and made it 42-28. Never gave up. We knew that we could move the football on them. You made a play going down the sideline, one of your touchdowns, that you had a defensive back that was probably about 3 feet from the boundary. And you're running down the sideline. Now, you got some open field to the left, so you got to make a decision. Are you going to go left? You're going to run over the guy, or what are you going to do? And you put a move on him and went inside that, stayed in bounds all the way to the end zone. How did you do that?
Well, really, first thing that came to my mind, I really finna jump over him.
Oh,
yeah. I really finna think about jumping over him, but to keep it safe, I just hit him with a little in and out, and kept it simple. Got the 6.
He has to be sick to his stomach. I think that probably lasted 2 or 3 days for him to get over that because you completely turned him around and he never even touched you.
No.
That was the amazing thing. You talk about jumping over him. You've got some leaping ability. I've seen you on the basketball court.
Yes, sir.
2 years ago, I watched you warming up, and the referees weren't on the court yet. And speaking of that, he's a two-sport athlete, plays basketball and plays football. But I saw you warming up, and the referees weren't out, so you guys can kind of do what you want to do if they're not out there.
Mm-hmm.
You were, way up over the rim, and it was like, that's amazing. So what are you, 6 foot?
6 foot. Even.
6 foot.
Yes, sir.
So to be able to leap like that, I mean, you play like you're 6'5", 6'6". So you've always been able to jump like that too.
Yeah, it was always like really a God-gifted talent.
Yeah,
be able to do it.
That's something that you got to be real thankful for.
Yeah,
there's so many kids that don't.
Forever thankful.
Well, we appreciate you. We enjoy watching you do what you do. And like I told Zion and Will, you guys are making us proud. All us old Grizzlies that get to come to the games and watch you Grizzlies do what you do, it is heartfelt.
Yes, sir.
To see you give that extra effort and just keep going and keep going. So I wish you the best of luck. You've got over 600 yards now. I know it's not about the totals. You don't care how many yards you get or how many touchdowns. You want to win a football game.
Most importantly,
you're helping us do what we got to do.
Yes, sir.
And you're a very humble young man, and you'll go a long way. And
yes,
we
sir.
look forward to following your career.
Yes, sir. Thank you for having me on your show.
Hey, good luck against those Central Tigers. Put it on them.
Thank you.
Yeah, enjoyed it.
Thank you.
At Sunquist Church, number 34, senior running back.
Good job.
For more than 50 years, Air Compressor Equipment Company has provided solutions for the oil, gas, and industrial markets, becoming an industry leader in custom fabrication. An unwavering focus on assembly, sales, and service means that whatever size project you have, ACEC can deliver what works. Air Compressor Equipment Company supplies to businesses working in the most demanding environments around the world, but is still a dedicated member of the Arklahoma community. Learn more at acec-ark.com. Air Compressor Equipment Company. Field tested, quality driven.
Burton Pools and Spas. Check them out on their website, burtonpools.com. See their selection of hot spring spas, doughboy pools, and in-ground selections. As always, free spa and pool water testing. Burton Pools and Spas, your source for backyard fun. burtonpools.com. Chlorine-free Baquacil pool care system. The difference is clear. burtonpools.com. With 2 locations in Fort Smith and Springdale to serve you. burtonpools.com.
Back to the Mike Fleur Show. We had some great interviews, Coach, with the players and Coach Neal. And, man, before we get into the question and answer, just a couple of them, I want to clear something up. It's not that you're not my favorite. I mean, I really enjoy talking to you. I like talking to the seniors because I don't ever get to talk to them.
I understand that.
You're not mad?
I'm just hurt.
You're not mad?
Just hurt.
Okay. I'm buying your lunch or your dinner.
No, you're not.
I'm not? I will see.
Yours.
Oh, you are?
Yeah.
I can't wait. Looking forward to it. All right, Coach. Homecoming. Got a chance of rain. Little Rock Central coming in with nothing to lose. So I know it's, like you said, hey, it gets your attention. You want to hopefully, what happens the next tomorrow? See, you got Thursday and then game day. So what takes place tomorrow?
Well, normally we do just a walkthrough of everything, but since we had such a bad practice today, I probably made a decision that we're going to go in full pads tomorrow and we're going to get in a good practice that we didn't get in today. So, but normally it's a walkthrough, but no, I'm gonna change it up tomorrow.
Do a little bit different. I remember those days.
Yeah.
Those full pad days because you didn't get a good practice in. Yeah, and that's. You try to start getting good ones in so you can avoid that.
Yeah, that's right. So hopefully this will send a message that we got to get after it every day.
All right, Coach. Question and answer period here. Road games. We have, 3 left?
Yes.
North Little Rock Catholic and Little Rock Southwest.
Our first real road games of the year.
Yeah, exactly. Catholic's going to be the first one.
Yes.
Then North Little Rock, then Little Rock Southwest. The question is, I mean, you still have Cabot and Conway coming to Fort Smith.
Correct.
Mayo, Thompson. From a coach's view, we hear media and we talk to players and stuff, but from a coach's view, playing at Mayo, Thompson, to be able to get those 2 teams in here, how much advantage does that really give you? Can you put a point on it, or is there an emotional level you can put on it
No, I just think playing at home in front of your people should give you an emotional lift, and the fact that you're in a bus driving should take a little bit of toll on you. But it's not as it's not as big an advantage as what you think. I mean, I kind of like going on the road. You got your guys, you're away from everybody, with the exception of driving.
Right.
You've got them from about 12 o'clock on. Versus when it's at home, you get them that afternoon, and you got to deal with all the stuff that's going on around the school, in and out, the ticket workers and whatever. So I, with the exception of playing right there at Mayo Thompson, I like being on the road.
Yeah, and I visit with you every Friday afternoon, home games, and you really just have 30 or 40 minutes that you can relax and kind of get your mind on it. Otherwise, you're having to make sure everybody's in the right place. I understand what you're saying there. So going on the road's not necessarily a bad thing then.
No, I don't think so.
Okay. Second question. After watching film and breaking down the Bryant game, how do you feel about the ability of your team to go in and play this competition that they have left with North Little Rock, Conway, and Cabot?
I mean, I think we line up with and match up with all of them. In games like that, just like this past Friday, it's going to come down to who makes those one or two plays that are going to win the football game. And I think when we play Conway, it'll be the same way. I think it'll be the same way with North Little Rock, and I think it'll be the same way with Cabot. You make the plays, you score on the goal line, you stop them, you take advantage of fumbles.
Right.
You win the game.
Yeah.
If you don't, you're going to lose a close game.
Yeah.
So.
And those, I mean, and really, I guess it's in every game, especially a game coming up like you have against Little Rock Central. You can't get your guard down and start making, mistakes, getting a lot of penalties, and keep them in the game because, they're all going to have talented athletes in the 7A, and if you give it to them, they'll sure take it.
Oh, you're right. You better be ready to play every Friday. Now, in saying that, there are sometimes you got to be up here, but you don't ever want to be down. You just want, the best teams are the ones that can stay pretty much even keel, and then when they got to get up, they get up.
Yeah.
But you don't ever want to go below that point of you're not ready.
Well, good luck.
Thank you.
Friday night's homecoming, Little Rock Central. We'll go on the road the week after that to Catholic. So we're 3-1 right now. This will get us back to 1-1 in the conference. We can get this win. And, Coach, we appreciate you coming in and spending time with us. I want to say thank you to G2 Media. We want to say thank you to Dylan, our producer, Caleb, Shaq. We've got Ashton was in here just a little bit ago. We appreciate her and all of our fans that are here and our kids, Sunquist Church, Will Stites and Zion Morris for coming in after hours and spending time with us here at Walk-Ons. And thank you to Walk-Ons for letting us host our show here. Friday night, kickoff is at 7. We'll go live at 6:30 on Grizzly TV with the Mike Fallure Coaches Show. Then we'll have a little bit of pregame after that. And I want to give you a little bit of heads up, Coach. I don't know if you know this or not, but my color analyst Friday night is going to be John Kitsavis.
Well, that should be interesting.
I'm looking forward to it.
I hear he's a comedian too, so you might get some jokes out of it while you got him on there.
Well, I'm really looking forward to having him.
John will do good.
I think he will too. So John Kitsavis, who is Walker's brother, will be, and let me put it this way. It's not just Walker's brother, it's Callie's brother too. Callie we don't ever talk about Callie.
Well, that's three good ones.
That's
right there.
That's exactly right. But he'll be my color analyst Friday night, and we'd sure like to have a lot of touchdowns, make it exciting. But if you can, make it to Mayo Thompson because that's really where we need you. It's a great atmosphere to watch a football game from, and it is homecoming, so come out if you can. Kickoff is at 7 o'clock. We'll be back next Wednesday here at Walk-Ons at 6 o'clock to have the Mike Fallure Coaches Show in preparation of the Little Rock Catholic game. So stay safe, be prosperous, and until then, go Bears.
Go Bears.
At Hug Chevrolet Buick GMC, we dial 782-8940.
This is Joe Calderera with TALIANO'S Restaurant. We call 782-8940.
Keep warm this winter with a York high-efficiency furnace Or for more information on endless hot water and a high-efficiency tankless water heater, give Blaylock Heating, Air, and Plumbing Services a call at 782-8940.
That's 782-8940.
This is a walk-on athlete. They push harder and put their heart into the game. This is the passion we're built on. It's why we put our heart into creating game day with a taste of Louisiana. Walk-ons, we live for this.
You're watching Grizzly TV.